Some of you more veteran gamers will remember times when we just had to settle for whatever panels were available to the general public. Well, gone are those times. The market is in fact so saturated with every kind of panel technology coming from so many different manufacturers that for new buyers, it's almost the opposite now. It's confusing to decide what panel to buy. This is, whilst definitely an annoyance, a very good thing, because not only is it pushing panel technologies further to provide us all our gaming needs in terms of performance, but it's also bringing prices down. The market could have never been better. That being said, we're still not fully satisfied, are we? And that is why we've been looking at panel technologies like OLED. You get everything in terms of color, performance, speed, refresh rate, but you also address some of the issues that we see in IPS panels and VA panels with ghosting, low contrast ratios, and glow, backlight bleed, IPS glow, etc. Well, fear not, fellow gamers, because it looks like manufacturers have a clear understanding of how particular we are as gamers in terms of what we want from our panels in the future. And the future looks very interesting in terms of some of these panel technologies that are coming our way. And the manufacturers are almost scrambling around to find weird and wonderful new creative technologies and form factors to entice us. And I think a new era is about to be ushered in terms of gaming monitors, particularly with some of these OLED technologies we're seeing, which I think is the ultimate gaming monitor technology. If you are looking for a new monitor in the next 6 to 12 months, I'm going to talk about the top 3 monitors that I think you should keep an eye out on, because even if you don't buy those monitors, the tech or the concept of these monitors I think is going to change the gaming monitor market in the future. So number 1 in this list is Dell's QD OLED ultra-wide 34-inch 1440p monitor. Now this is a very interesting panel because it's probably going to be the first QD OLED ultra-wide monitor. You're getting that perfect ultra-wide curved screen for the ultimate immersiveness. Speed is bang on with the 175 Hz. The curve isn't too aggressive. It's probably the right sweet spot with the 1800R. And yeah, it's QD OLED. OLED as it is, nigh on perfect in terms of performance. QD OLED takes OLED a step further. It's slightly less susceptible to burn-in and it performs better towards the higher brightness scale. This is going to be a very interesting panel. The price is going to be very high. There is no doubt about this. This is going to be a very expensive panel, but you know, it's something to look forward to, something to be interested in, because a lot of other manufacturers will jump on this bandwagon very soon. This is the first in the market. We can expect it's going to be expensive, but as more and more manufacturers take this on, it will certainly bring the prices down. And after so many years, we finally have a technology that can give us everything from speed to color performance to contrast ratio without any drawbacks like backlight bleed and IPS glow. This, in my opinion, is the ultimate gaming monitor. And to top it all off, Dell is going to give us a 3-year warranty with this particular monitor. So you have a 3-year burn-in warranty coming with this monitor. So it's a very compelling package. If the price is somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 pounds, I know that's expensive, but if it is that range, it isn't a bad start. Give it a couple of years or 3 years and we'll start seeing these panels come down below the £1,000 mark. The second panel in this list is the Odyssey Ne0 G8. Now this is going to be slightly more affordable. And when I say slightly, it's still going to be more than £1,000. In fact, you can pre-order it now for around £1,100. This is a 4K 32-inch VA Mini LED panel. Let me just talk about the Mini LED very quickly. This is going to have more than 1,000 local area dimming zones. What that means is it's going to try and mimic the individual pixel brightness illumination of OLED panels. It will certainly not be as good as OLED panels in that regard, but it is definitely a huge step forward from what we see with our traditional backlit VA panels. And then you're looking at a 4K panel with 2 variants of speed, which is 175 Hz or 240 Hz. This is going to be a very interesting panel because we've already seen from the Samsung Odyssey G7 that Samsung is capable of creating VA panels that can truly deliver. If we don't get this time the issues we saw in the Odyssey G7 like scanline, flickering, I think this could be a very interesting panel. But regardless, even if you don't buy one, even if you don't like Samsung, remember, this is a good thing. Other manufacturers will also start employing this technology, and it only means that gaming monitors are moving forward in terms of their performance. So a very interesting panel to look out for. If the first two panels weren't crazy enough for you, this next one is certainly going to spark your interest. This is a very interesting panel. We have a 55-inch curved, aggressively curved panel called the Odyssey Ark. We don't know much about what panel technology it's going to be using, what are the specs. It's not very clear at this stage. What we do know is that it's got a very aggressive curve. What Samsung is trying to provide us here is a single panel that can be set up into multiple panels. Multi-view. You want 2 ultra wides? You've got it. You want 4 next to each other? You've got it. This one panel, you can set it up in terms of multiple views, whatever aspect ratios you want, you can do all of that. And you can have a vertical setup as well. So it takes away the need for buying multiple monitors, having all those wires, having all those monitor arms, and obviously having a very inefficient power consumption system. This is a very interesting concept. It might not be something every gamer will jump on in terms of buying because it's huge, but it certainly brings a very interesting twist to what gaming monitors can do in the future for us. So it's definitely one to keep our eyes on in terms of what price it will be and what technology it will be. So I'll conclude this video with an honorable mention. I think this is also an interesting panel to look out for. Before I go into that, I just want to say these panels are my opinion in terms of what's interesting. There are so many panels coming up. Almost every single manufacturer out there is employing some kind of new technology, normally OLED, in terms of bringing that into a smaller form factor and even a more affordable price range. So the amount of panels out there are just too vast for any one person or any 2 people to agree on what the top 3 panels are. But this is my opinion in terms of the most interesting panels that are coming up. So the honorable mention here is the LG Nano IPS 32GQ950. This is going to be another one of their Nano IPS panels, similar to what I have here, 27GP850. It's the next in line and it's another enhancement to their Nano IPS. The one thing that's different, however, in this Nano IPS technology is the ATW polarizer. The effect of this technology is that the main issues we've always had with these panels, IPS glow and not so great contrast ratio, is finally being addressed. We're finally getting a LG Nano IPS panel that will perform as well as or better than the Nano IPS panels that we're used to, but we're also going to be seeing better contrast ratios and better blacks, which again, as I've been saying so far, is a great step forward in terms of pushing these technologies to provide us gamers better performance in gaming monitors. But that's it for this video. Just wanted to cover some of the interesting technologies coming up. I will be doing some detailed reviews into the LG 27GP850 here behind me. So if you're interested in monitor talk in general for gaming needs, then do give us a like and a subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. Goodbye.